You are free. You are a free soul. There are no shackles on your hands. You're just imagining them. What does this mean? It means that in life we get some shackles on our hands when we think that something is impossible to do, or something we cannot do, or we are not supposed to do, or we should behave a certain way. And some shackles are okay because they teach us how to function in society. They teach us how to be accepted. They teach us many things. But at the same time, they can pose a limitation on us, who we are, what we want to express, and especially what our soul wants, what kind of expression we came here to do. And as I say, some shackles can be used for a specific purpose, because we still live in a society that functions in a certain way. And it means that we need to learn how to function in this society, otherwise we can live in the forest alone with nothing else and just, be with ourselves. So if we want to function in society, certain shackles are needed, especially how to behave in public and things like that. Okay? So that's okay. So we can accept some shackles, but some shackles we might get rid of. I'm mentioning shackles that we don't know that they exist until we know they exist, but otherwise we do not know. Because usually people close to us, people who love us the most, give us some shackles of their own because they wish us well, because they love us. They wish we wouldn't do the same mistakes, or that we wouldn't do something that would endanger our future and would keep us happy and prosperous. But as we grow up, there are many shackles that are well intended and bad intended from the people we meet, because some people love us because what we are, and some people love us just because they need something from us, or they are our friends because they need something from us. So it means we get some different kind of shackles on our hands. And then it happens at a certain point in life that you realize there are too many, that you are too anxious, there are so many expectations from many people to fulfill, and you start getting rid of those shackles. If you don't, you can press harder, but usually you end up in some kind of drugs or, addiction. It cannot be only drugs, it can be many things, but you probably end up in some form of compensation because it's too hard on your soul. So when we start to get rid of those shackles, we try to communicate to the people what we cannot do anymore, hopefully in a good way, not shouting. And some people will accept it and some people won't. So we try to get rid of those shackles. We try to be free again. We were born free, but things happen. So once we start get rid of those shackles, there could be a moment when we feel, wow, I'm free. I'm free. And you are free. But then comes another point that I would like to mention, is that there also can come a period of self-imposed shackles. Self-imposed in the way that the freedom is too much to handle. There is no one to catch you when you fall, or there is no one close to you to hug you when there are difficult moments, or to, make you feel comfortable. So we can self-impose shackles, and we go back to the old patterns where the bird leaves the cage but soon realizes that there are cats and other things outside the cage, and soon it can happen that it would like to go back to that cage, because in that cage the bird could sleep peacefully and things like that. So this is the metaphor I use for myself, because it happened to me that I self-imposed shackles again and repeated some patterns from previous part of my life. And yeah, it happens and you don't even know it. And then when you know it, you want to be free again because it happened to you again. So you go through this process again. So at this point, I'm wondering, how many circles do we need to do? How many, loops do we need to process like this? How much can I learn in one loop? And what should I learn actually during this, coming to yourself, personal development, individuation? There are many words that say this. And then we need to, be aware, be awakened to what is happening to us. What kind of shackles are there? Are they good or they're bad shackles? Either way, being aware of them, even though you keep them, but being aware, it's good, because at least you know how to handle it, you know how to, how to go around. And some prisoners like that they are in prison because it takes away the responsibility to take care of themselves, and they just are part of the system. And sometimes it's good to be part of the system, but it needs to be some kind of balance, I guess. My final words would be, you are free. There is no shackles that can hold you back if you don't want to. You are completely free. You were born free. You will die free. Because when we die, there are no shackles. We left everything behind. We come to this world naked. We go from this world naked, in all kinds of all kinds of senses or views of our life, physically, mentally, spiritually. We are free, and taking the position that we are free, even when we do these loops and circles, that when we decide to be free, we are free. And it's difficult to be free. And it's difficult to be in a cage. It just is the difference what kind of person you are and what you need. I personally think at this moment that I need a combination of cage and freedom. That it's good to have a cage, because from time to time it's good to just feel safe and contained, and maybe that kind of cage, which could be a nice cage because it's an open door cage, and it's a loving bird's cage where other birds love you a lot and you feel home. It's maybe your home. There are some shackles that you accept because you want to build a home, you want to have that in your life. But the open door means that we can go out in our lives and do our men's mission for me and girls' stuff for the women. And we have the freedom to live our lives also outside our cage. Because personally now at this moment I doubt that I want to be a complete free bird with complete freedom. But maybe that's just one of the loops or circles we are going through. We'll see what happens, but we are free to choose, we are free to live, we are free to be what we are. There are no shackles that we cannot remove, but some we can keep. With these words, I wish you a great start of this week, and I wish you great time in figuring out what kind of shackles are there. Do you like them? You don't like them. What do they bring? What do they take? It could be neutral. So, have a great start of the week. Good morning, and we're in touch.